What is up, super fam and bro Vengers alike? I am Sensei Finito, and welcome to Marvel Bros, where we discuss all things Marvel and everything pop culture. And on today's episode, we are going to be discussing what James Gunn's DC roadmap might look like. We'll also be discussing a possible horror universe coming into the fray, and Robert Downey Jr. gave some great words of encouragement to Ironheart actress Dominique Thorne, which is awesome. So I think we're gonna have a really great time today on today's episode. Don't think we're gonna be here for too long today, just because just been working, getting stuff done. New Warzone 2 comes out tomorrow as well, so we're gonna be chilling and vibing on that. We just been working, y'all. We've been working, but we love to be here with you guys and love to stream and be vibing and all that good stuff. So it's awesome to be here with you guys, and I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. With all of that being said, don't forget to follow us on social media at Marvel Bros to stay up to date with all the latest news, content, movie reviews, and more that we post all the time on our stuff. And you can also stay up to date with all of the just everything that we do there. And if you want to purchase merchandise and show a little bit of love, you can by visiting our website at www.marvelbros.com, and then go to our website, check that out. We have all of our stuff available on there. Also, welcome to the super fam, Ronnie Silas. Yo, I see you, my G. Good luck. We appreciate you. Thank you for the sub. So yeah, if you guys have any if you guys want to, help support us in more ways than one, then you definitely can by checking us out on our website and all of that goodness stuff there. All right, you guys, it is Taco Tuesday. I hope everybody is ready to, vibe out and talk about the amazing news that we have today. All right. So, first and foremost, David Zaslav says James Gunn and Peter Safran are coming close to completing a roadmap for the future of DC. And this is something that is really awesome to hear. When it comes to Zaslav and what he's been doing over there, we were all really worried when he just started axing things left and right. But, now that now that we're kind of seeing that he might have been onto something, with the movie not being up to par, up to standards, like a lot of people were, have been saying in the past. So it's going to be really interesting to see how much this show really does, how much James Gunn really does make a difference at DC for the foreseeable universe. I think he's going to do a great job. I'm not even going to lie. I think he's going to do great with whatever it is that he does want to do. Only because, he's James Gunn, right? Like, not to give him way too many flowers or anything like that, but James Gunn does good work, right? Like, when you look at his past movies, they do very well pretty much every single time. And it'll just be very, very, I'm just really excited to see what he does with the future of DC. DC should not be at the state where it's at right now, to where we're just now getting hype about things that are happening, right? Like, we should have had a lot of this other stuff that's going on. But unfortunately, because of one reason or another, we didn't get that. So hopefully now, with having actual people at the helm trying to create a cohesive universe from start to finish, instead of just trying to replicate what's already been done and getting the success that Marvel got. The fact that they made a Justice League movie without introducing any of the Justice League is pretty insane, like none of them got a proper introduction before that movie for that to just happen. So hopefully we get a lot more stuff. A lot more respect for creators and just the nerds of the fandom as well. That's what we really got to think about, is the nerds of the fandom, right? Because more than anything, it's us nerds that keep things going and that want to see these things come to fruition in the first place. So if they're going to be creating this content, why are they not, giving some form of not homage, but at least giving some form of, paying respect to the fandom that they're even trying to tap into to make their stuff $1 billion, $1 million, and make whatever they're trying to make. Fan service. Fan service is what I was trying to look for. Um, but let's check out this article and see what Zaslav and everyone had to say. This article is coming at us from the Hollywood Reporter. Um, Here we go. In a wide-ranging conversation hosted by RBC Tuesday morning, Warner Bros. Discovery CEO David Zaslav painted a pessimistic picture of the. Okay, we're not doing all that. And nowhere has Zaslav more pessimistic than the advertising market. Okay, we don't care about the advertising market, right? Let's get to the juice. Zaslav's notes, the market, okay, weaker during COVID. Here we go. Zaslav also touched upon other parts of the company's business lines. At DC, which is now being led by filmmaker James Gunn and producer Peter Safran, Zaslav said that the pair are coming close to the end of finishing a Bible for DC, an entertainment term for a document roadmap that outlines key characters and plot points. Yo, that's amazing. That's awesome to even hear right there. I think over the next few years, you're going to see a lot of growth and opportunity around DC. There's not going to be four Batmans, Zaslav said. And so part of our strategy is drive the hell out of DC, which James and Peter are going to do. I think they've thrilled the fans. I think they're going to thrill you over a period of time. And okay, so this is really interesting to hear him say, right? So let's talk about that there's not going to be four Batmans, okay? Let's just talk about this statement in general first and foremost. This is a really interesting thing for him to be saying because as far as we know, there are four Batmans right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there are four Batmans. If we're talking about like the Batman that has, damn, I forget his name, but we got the Batman. We also have Batflick. We know that we're getting Michael Keaton's Batman in the Flash movie, so that's already three right there, right? So that means that they're probably going to be doing something in some way, shape, or form to reduce that number to one Batman and have one Batman be the DCU Batman. Or maybe they're just saying in the DC universe, there's only going to be one Batman. It's not going to be like a multiverse of Batmans or a multiverse of anything. I don't know. Maybe that's what they'll try to do with this Flashpoint movie is, change a lot of stuff in that way and make it different. So I'm hyped to know what this means for the future, for sure. I think that's about it, right? Yeah, so that's it for that. So the fact that this whole thing right here is awesome, and the fact that they're even looking to make a roadmap that's going to outline key characters and plot points. Okay, that's all a major dub for us here. I think that's what we've been looking for from this point. Like, we've been kind of waiting for this to happen because it's like, yo, we need more from you, DC. Everyone loves DC. Like, people that love Marvel, they even love DC. It's no hate. It's just that you have to kind of be honest when you're looking at it and be like, nah, Marvel movies are better than the DC movies that they've made. And it's just because Marvel has put in a little bit more TLC to what they do than DC has, period. There's nothing else to say other than that. So to have someone like James Gunn and Peter Safran, of course, but having like someone like James Gunn come in that really cares about characters and can really probably drive these character arcs together. I mean, let's look at Peacemaker. Peacemaker is one of the best things that we've ever got from DC because it just talks about so much. It has so many different things. James Gunn's movies feel more like DC than the rest of the DC universe do. And that's just a fact. Peacemaker felt like it was taking place in the DC universe, and so did the Suicide Squad. Both of those movies heavily felt like they were being taken place in what would be considered the DC universe, especially when you look at anything like Titans or, just any of those things, even Young Justice. It's like that. No, that seems like more of what DC would be. And I'm happy that James Gunn is the one that's going to be able to do it, because stuff like Peacemaker shows us that James Gunn is able to definitely dive deeper into characters, definitely make us care about a lot of stuff, and really be able to drive a story forward in a proper way, right? So I'm really excited to see what will be happening and what will be going on for the future. And we kind of talked about Mike Beasley. We talk about Mike Beasley's scoops here a lot on the channel. And if we look at the scoops of what from Mike Beasley that we've gotten, right, and we look at what Zaslav has said and how they're trying to make the DC Bible, which is basically the roadmap, right? If we put those two and two together, I think what we get is a amazing phase one. Wait, right? Like, starting with Black Adam is basically DC's new phase one. So we have Black Adam. Definitely everything before Black Adam is phase zero. But like I'm saying, Black Adam, and then we're going into Aquaman, I believe, and then Shazam, if I'm not mistaken. Or is it Shazam then Aquaman? It might be Shazam and then Aquaman, right? So once we go from those movies, we're gonna have a period of probably 1 to 2 years of nothing, because we have to think I didn't think they were gonna have a roadmap already. So that means this has probably been cooking in the pot for a while now, and we're just now getting our hands on this. But this is something that could have been going on for a long time. Because it's like, yo, James Gunn is already almost done with the roadmap. Like, maybe that's because it's a phase one roadmap and it's already been hatched. Because, I mean, think about all the stuff that we know. So, coming after Aquaman, the next movie that they're probably going to be making is a Superman movie. And that'll probably be Superman Dawn of Hope that we talked about. And then going from the Dawn of Hope for another Superman movie, we'll get JSA. Get a JSA movie. The JSA movie will feature characters we haven't seen in the DCEU and explain, a couple of things with them. One thing that I really appreciated about the JSA when we were looking at, when we watched that movie, is that it was obvious that they were legacy characters and that their parents had already been established as the JSA before them, and they're just kind of picking up those mantles. And this is our first time getting introduced to them, and probably their third to fifth mission as an actual person, not an actual person, but like a hero or whatever you want to call it. So I think that's a dub. I'm not gonna lie, I think that's a dub. And if once we get out of the JSA movie, this movie will feature, well, the characters that we will see in the JSA movie are Power Girl, Alan Scott's Green Lantern, Jay Garrick's Flash, Wildcat, and Stargirl. So this will be a soft reboot to a lot of those things, because we know that DC is going to go through and just, Zaslav is coming through with the axe. The axe of Zaslav does not, it knows no mercy. So they're going through and they're axing everything left and right on the CW, even on their own platform, because they're trying to go to this place that we heard, them talk about before, that we discussed, is a place where DC will have a cohesive universe across movies, television shows, animated projects, and even the video games. So the only way that we can get that is if we kind of just stop production on everything else that isn't that, so we can move forward to a more cohesive that, right? And then after we get that JSA movie, we're going to be moving into a Dr. Fate movie. I know a lot of people think Dr. Fate just died in that movie, but to me it was pretty obvious that he didn't die. Like, there's no way my guy died. He's Dr. Fate, for one, and if you guys should know the rule of Hollywood, if you don't see the death on screen, then they probably didn't die. That's why I'm definitely expecting to see my guy tonight, the man, the myth, the legend, Kino. So I'm expecting to see him tonight on Andor. Make sure you guys are there with us on our Andor watch party that we will be doing tonight at 11:30. Hope to see you guys there. Let's see. Because I am juiced for that. And then moving out of Dr. Fate, we're going to go into a Cyclone series. And that'll be a television show, probably on HBO Max. I wouldn't doubt it. And I'm hoping that this series will probably get a little bit of more money behind it, because that's what they need. And then after we, from there, we're going to also be looking at the start of Batflick's trilogy. Because another thing that was very sad to see is not a Batman movie in the DCU, but have Batman in the DCU. That's kind of not awesome. So, supposedly we're supposed to be seeing the return of Batflick and then also getting a Robin movie at some point or another. So that is kind of what we're going to be able to look at as at least some of the projects that may come to phase 1 in the DCEU. But, we never will really know what's going to happen. And then outside of that, something that I'm getting just right now, I didn't even check from Mike Beasy is, because I had asked Mike Beasy, what do you think the roadmap they were talking about consists of? And he said the Trinity for sure, which is Bat Soups and Wonder Woman, the Bat Family, Green Lantern, Legion of Superheroes, Cyborg, Constantine, Justice League Dark via Constantine starting with Zatanna and Swamp Thing, Titans, the George Perez run, but the end game is the Kingdom Come and Final Crisis. So that sounds like a A1 roadmap for them to kind of be going through, and I really want that. I really want that. We need to make DC great again. Not even a joke. Like, we really do need to make DC great again, and I think that we are at the start of seeing that happen. So I would love to hear what you guys think about Zaslav talking about James Gunn and Peter Safran already being close to completing their roadmap for the future of DC. In the comments down below, and tell me what you guys would like to see come from, phase 1 of DCU. All right. Andre says, hey, everyone. What's up with the Andre? How you doing? The most out-of-sight mod around. We got Nico. What's up with the Nico Briones? How you doing, G? Got the Brovengers in here today. All right. Much love to both of y'all. I hope you guys are having an awesome and fantastic day. And speaking of more James Gunn, my guy James Gunn it was out here just, dropping bombs left and right, high-key, not even low-key, because he had posted a picture of my guy, Mr. Dang. I was about to say Mr. Fantastic. Mr. Terrific, James Gunn, he just posted a mysterious tweet of Mr. Terrific. And he also did the same thing with Lobo. And when he did it with Lobo a couple days before that, or maybe it was the day before that or the day after, we saw, Jason Momoa going crazy, talking about, yes, let's go. So I would be very interested in seeing who's going to come on as Mr. Terrific, and if that's something that they actually are looking to do within the DCU, is really bring Mr. Terrific in. I think Mr. Terrific was awesome in, what was that? Injustice, the animated movie. I really liked the addition of him there. I don't think they did him too much justice in the Arrowverse. I think the Arrowverse had already started, going on its decline around the time they introduced Mr. Terrific. I might be alone on that, but I just wasn't the biggest fan of that. Yeah, I just wasn't a big fan of Mr. Terrific. He was cool, but it was like, bruh, there's so much, like the Mr. Terrific that I want to see was way doper than what that dude could bring to the table. And that was actually one of the only moments when I was like, oh, I think that was the start of the decline for me. And I gradually started watching Arrow less and less once they started getting their whole little team together of people. I was like, yeah, I don't know. And I just kind of started walking out the door slowly. But man, I'm hyped to see if Mr. Terrific and Lobo type of movie might come out, like a Mr. Terrific Lobo team up movie, or maybe even Lobo being the villain of something going on, and or Lobo being the villain of a Mr. Terrific. I don't know what could happen, but I would just love to see whatever they could bring forth with that. And then it'll be really interesting to see what James Gunn's ideas are for Cyborg as well, because in a world where you have Mr. Terrific and Cyborg and all of these geniuses that are doing things, you got to be able to connect it somehow. Like, you got to be able to know that both of them are there. Like, if Mr. Terrific exists in the universe, it's like, why wouldn't they go to him for something? And I'm hoping that's kind of what they're looking at when they're talking about this roadmap that James Gunn and Peter Safran have created, is they're really thinking about all of these different interconnected things that are happening. That's one thing that I wish we could see more when it comes to Marvel is Sensei as Mr. Terrific, because perfect casting, yo. Because you're terrific, dude. Hey, I appreciate you, Andre the Explorer. You're terrific, my guy. I appreciate you so much, my guy. I hope you're having a great one today. And let me know if you guys are playing some darts tonight, because I definitely want to be able to send you some good vibes. But like I was saying with Marvel, it just seems like they lack on that fact. Is they're always introducing characters that can help in a situation, a new character that can help in a situation, rather than going to a character that already exists. And hopefully DC can kind of take all of the notes that we have been giving to Marvel as the fandom and use them for themselves. And I think that's one of the biggest pluses of having James Gunn on their side, is the fact that James Gunn is one of these people that has seen the inside of both of these superhero studios, right? Both of these comic book studios, and likes both of these comic books. I wouldn't say equally. I think he's more of a DC head than he is a Marvel head, but he likes both of them. And to be able to see him being in charge of the project, it's like early days. It's like early days Kevin Feige. Like watching his movies bring those type of vibes that we had when we were watching the first Iron Man movie or the X-Men movies that he had worked on. I know those aren't his movies, but you know what I mean. Just give me a lot of that. I want more. And I think that they've done a great job of building up the universe up until this point in a I don't want to say non-linear way, but I can't think of anything else to say to compare it to. But, I like the way that they introduce stuff as it's already existed, and it's not like, oh, he just came out, he just, popped up because of this movie or whatever the case may be. Batman's been Batman, Superman's been Superman, Wonder Woman's been Wonder Woman, all that type of stuff. So we don't really get regular backstories, except maybe for Aquaman. That was kind of a backstory, but we haven't really got it like that. So hopefully we can get to that point to where we don't need more of that type of thing going on, and that'll be that. I think that'll be a big vibe, not just a vibe, but a big dub for me. So yeah. I want to know what you guys think about James Gunn, and what do you think Mr. Terrific could mean? Where would you want Mr. Terrific to pop up? Would you want him to pop up in a show, in a movie, have his own show or movie? I definitely want to know how you guys are feeling. Andre says, seriously, Mr. Terrific was part of the JSA. That's true, huh? That is true. It would be dope to see that Mr. Terrific join the JSA. I would like that. Come in there with Hawkman and Cyclone and Atom Smasher. I think I would like that. I think he could be a cool addition to that team. Definitely would like to see him go head to head with Hawkman, right? Darkhold says, hello. Yo, what's up with the Darkhold? How you doing, G? I've been holding back the whole time. You still have never seen my true potential. The darkness would have... Oh, okay, my bad. I've been holding back the whole time. You still have never seen my true potential. The darkness would have rised, but the light would shatter. The start of a revolution of dark and light. Okay, damn. My guy, you be going deep with that. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, I'm here for it. I'm hyped for it. I can't wait to see what happens. Let me know how you guys feel about it. Down below. Okay, moving on to the next thing. Walter Hamada has signed a multi-year contract, well, a multi-year production deal with Paramount Pictures to develop a range of horror films for the studio, man. I think this is awesome. A lot of people they already knew that once Walter Hamada was leaving DC that he was going to get picked up immediately. Some people thought he was going to go to Marvel. Some people thought he was going to go to just Netflix or whatever. But it's just everyone knew he was going to get scooped up by somebody. But that somebody seems to be Paramount Pictures, yo. And he's going to be making a wide range of horror films for the studio. And I hope that this means that we're going to get a horror universe from him. Akin to, what's already going on with The Conjuring and all that type of stuff, but get something different, get something fresh, get something new, and I just would really appreciate that. We don't get too many good horror movies, and horror movies just don't get the love and the shine that they used to back in the day, but that's because they're not getting made like they were made back in the day. So I'm interested in seeing what Walter Hamada has cooked up for Paramount Pictures in this deal, and I think this is a dub pickup for them. You feel me? So let's see what this article has to say. In the wake of former DC film boss Walter Hamada departing from Warner Bros. Discovery, he's landed at Paramount Pictures and an exclusive multi-year production deal. Huge gain here for the Melrose lot with an executive who not only steered DC to its highest grossing movie in Aquaman with $1.1 billion worldwide, but also behind the Conjuring franchise, the highest grossing horror series ever with more than $2 billion in the global box office. And with that being said as well, I'm pretty sure they're still continuing the Conjuring series. I don't even think that's done. So I'm pretty sure there's still movies coming out with that. So it'll be really dope to see him either continue that or create a brand new franchise. But most likely he's going to continue what he's already done. Hamada's deal starts January 1st, and he'll be the architect of Paramount's mainstream horror genre pod, with the mission to release several low to mid-budget films per year across theatrical and streaming. Holy shit. That's insane. What? Several for... Wow, okay. Paramount had a major win this fall with the horror movie Smile, which was originally destined for Paramount Plus, but pivoted to a theatrical release where it amassed close to $210 million worldwide, with more than $100 million of that stateside. That is crazy. I didn't even know that. With his track record for groundbreaking success, Walter is the ideal partner and visionary to build out mainstream horror genre franchise business. Let's go, said Paramount Pictures president and CEO Brian Robbins. As evidence of the fantastic performance of Smile, there is a tremendous appetite for the original high-concept storytelling in the global market, and we look forward to a long, successful partnership. This is a major dub in my opinion, because like I've been saying for these past couple of days, we need to see more extended universes coming into the fray, and we need to see them kind of actually get a little bit more respect and a little bit more love. And with Walter Hamada being able to head the entire horror genre regime at Paramount Pictures and being able to be like, okay, here's the movie that we're going to put out, I really hope that we get a horror verse. We were supposed to get a dark universe coming from Universal Studios with all of those monsters and stuff like that, but unfortunately that did not happen. So it'll be really interesting to see if this happens. I am thrilled to collaborate with Paramount Pictures with the singular goal of creating exceptional movies in the horror genre. Of course, over the course of my career, nothing has been more gratifying than discovering emerging first-time filmmakers and writing and unleashing their brilliance in a studio setting. Thank you to Brian and the entire team at Paramount Pictures for this tremendous opportunity. I can't wait to get started, yo. He was also behind the label's second highest grossing movie, the multi-Oscar winning and top grossing R-rated title of all time in Joker. Yo, that movie was hella good, which grossed more than $1 billion worldwide. He also shepherded the DC titles The Batman, Black Adam, The Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman 1984, and Shazam, as well as the studio's upcoming DC-based releases, including The Flash, Aquaman, and The Lost Kingdom, and Shazam Fury of the Gods. That's lit. That's lit. That's awesome, bro. I am really hyped to see what Walter Hamada is going to be able to do at Paramount Pictures. And I haven't seen Smile yet, but I am going to check it out. And I am also really excited to check out the Conjuring series because I know I'm going to love it. And I know Remy's going to probably have a heart attack and pass out, but I'm going to make her watch it with me. And yeah, I'm super hyped for all of that. So let me know what your guys' favorite Walter Hamada film is, if you have one, in the comment section down below. I think, I like a lot of his movies, I'm not going to lie. So, if I had to pick my favorite, I'm not going to lie, I really like that movie that he made. What is it called? Wasn't it Malignant? Malignant? Is that his movie, or am I tripping? Oh no, that's James Wan. I knew that. But I do like the Conjuring movies, though. I like the Conjuring movies, and I'm not the biggest fan of Aquaman, but you know, it is what it is. Oh Lord, excuse me. That was intense. All right. We're kind of just flowing and rolling. Your boy is kind of tired. Like I said, we're not going to be live skis for too long today, but we are going to be live skis today. But tomorrow, we ain't going to be live. Warzone 2 comes out tomorrow. I'm going to be streaming that over on my Twitch channel. Or am I going to be? Yeah, I think I'm going to be streaming it on my Twitch. I was going to say, or I'm going to be streaming it on Facebook. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to put Sensei. That's my bad. There we go. I'll be streaming tomorrow from 10 to 3. From 10 to 3, I think. 10 to 3 or 10 to 5. Well, I might go live tomorrow. I don't know. Because, but I do have a meeting tomorrow. I have a council meeting with the Vane Esports management team. So that's going to be dope. And I think that's it, though. So I don't think I'm going to be going live tomorrow, but I might, depending on how Warzone and DMZ goes and all that type of stuff. I might go live around 3, but 10 a.m. for sure. I'm going to be live I'm going to be live streaming somewhere. Facebook, I don't know if it's going to be Facebook Gaming. I don't know if it's going to be Twitch. I don't know what I'm going to be on, but I'm going to be streaming something somewhere for Shazzle. It's probably going to be on Twitch, I'm not going to lie. Or I might try to multi-stream on both. That might be the vibe. Damn, I am hella tired all of a sudden. Oh, I didn't grab my coffee. That's what I've kept being. I be trying to grab a cup of coffee before the live because I don't know what it's been lately, but I've just been like getting real, just nice, comfy, and sleepy whenever we do these lives. But we don't have a lot of things to cover today. It has not been like the biggest news days or week even. It's just a lot of stuff about Black Panther, which we'll talk about more. I might change these news flashes up to just kind of like vibe flash, like not necessarily only talking about the news. I mean, we don't only talk about the news anyway, but I think you guys might understand what I'm saying. But we'll see. We're gonna just be doing a lot of experimenting on the channel, just trying to see what we can get. Get some good ratings on. You dig? What shows get good ratings? What shows don't? Filter in some hosts and stuff, maybe. I think all of that is definitely the vibe. Oh. All right. So, apparently, Chloe Bennett as Quake has signed on to Marvel. But not only that, her contract has been signed for months. Like, she's been signed to Marvel Studios for months. And if you guys don't know who Chloe Bennett is, she is Quake from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't know if you guys have seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's a wonderful show. Let's see, Quake. And a lot of people had, like, including me, assumed that we would be seeing her come in. Like, the reason why we see this is because she would be being introduced in Secret Wars, possibly. But it's very possible that Quake shows up even in the Marvels, because she is an Inhuman, right? Quake is an Inhuman, and we do know that the Marvels is supposed to be crazy. Like, the Marvels is supposed to be insane, right? Apparently, from what we've heard about the Marvels, is what we saw from Miss Marvel, with her switching with Captain Marvel at the end of the show, is going to be happening kind of periodically through the movie. Not only that, but apparently, this is what we hear, is that Black Bolt from Injustice will be Injustice. Inhumans, the show Inhumans, will be reprising his role, but he will not be the same Black Bolt from the show Inhumans, just like it's not the same Black Bolt in the Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness movie. And that's going to probably go for Chloe Bennett as well, being Quake. She probably is not going to be the same Quake that we see in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is not canon. But with all that being said, I do like Chloe Bennett, and I loved her as Quake in that. Damn, I loved her as Quake in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I really did. I don't like. There was nothing I didn't like about that, to be completely honest. So I'm hyped to see what's going to be going on with Quake. I think her story is amazing, and as well with what we're supposed to be seeing in the Marvels movie is the Inhumans are going to have like a big part of the movie, and they're going to be on the moon, but they're not on our moon. They're on like another planet's moon that has Inhumans, and the whole movie is kind of based around that. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they kind of mash up Inhumans with the mutants and what they do there. I'm hype about it regardless, because I really like it. And I mean, Marvel already introduced in the Earth, what was it, 818, right, from Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, that is damn, my bad, y'all. 818. Oh, in that universe, they have both Inhumans and mutants, because Professor X and Black Bolt are both part of the Illuminati. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that we also have both. Man, I don't know what's going on with me right now. But yeah, bro, I can't wait for that. I love Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. up until a point, and then it just kind of gets all wackadoodle dandy, and it goes like just a little bit everywhere for no reason. But I think that's a dub, and I can't wait to see. Like I've been saying, man, it's gonna be dope to see what they do with that. This is the day of looking forward to the future. Yo, I must be hella tired, and I just didn't know until right this moment. Um, and then before we move on to our next one, we're just kind of breezing through. This is ridiculous. It is time for the Brovengers to assemble. Channel memberships are now active. By becoming a member of our YouTube channel, not only are you helping support what we do here at Marvel Bros, but you also get a bunch of awesome perks to represent the Super Fam. And along with some of those perks, we got a new emoji, just so you guys know. New emoji out here in these streets. And yeah, yo, we get emojis, you get custom badges and all that good stuff to kind of show off your support for the Super Fam. I would really be surprised if anyone from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or Inhumans show would appear in an MCU movie. Really? I mean, it already happened. It already happened, bro. So you don't need to be your surprise is already over, fam. Your surprise is over. Black Bolt in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is the same actor as the Black Bolt from Inhumans. Or maybe you mean like canon-wise, like the same exact character. If you're saying the same exact character, then yeah, I agree. But nah, because there's the multiverse, so I really don't like. I don't. Yeah, I do not think it's outside of the realm of possibility for us to see anyone from Inhumans or Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. At all. Yes, Black Bolt was in Multiverse of Madness, but that was another Earth. Okay, so you're specifically talking about the same characters from, like, the same character from Inhumans also being in another movie. I understand what you're saying. I don't think that'll happen either, unless they do. I mean, it can happen though because of the multiverse now. So we can bring in Chloe Bennett from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in a multiversal way. We can bring in all of them like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's how Deadpool is going to be coming into the fray. Is the Deadpool from the Fox movies is probably going to be getting like caught into the multiverse somehow, some way. Yeah. I don't think it's outside of the realm of possibility at all. I think it's very likely to happen. And I think it would be dope if Quake is the same Quake from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think that would blow the socks off of my brain muscles because I really did enjoy that show and I did enjoy her up until a point, of course. But nonetheless, I really did enjoy it. And it'll be really dope to see those different characters kind of be able to reprise their roles in a way. Damn. I guess I was thirsty as hell and didn't know it. Todd don't know it. Thirsty don't know it. I'm just out of whack today. Yeah, but I definitely think it's possible for any character anywhere to pop up again at any time because that's just how the multiverse is going to be working from now on. I mean, especially with all of the announcements. Like, I don't know if you heard the announcements for Secret Wars that have come out, Andre, but Kevin Feige is basically trying to get anyone that has ever been in a Marvel project ever to come back for Secret Wars. Like, literally. All the Fox movies, all the X-Men's, all of the everything. Fantastic Fours, all the different everyone. Because he wants to make Secret Wars bigger than Endgame. And that is Liddy McJitty. And the thing that's really funny to me is people be like, yo, where do you go from here? What's the next thing you do? Like, bruh, they ain't even touched so much stuff. They could bring more stuff back. Like, it's never going to end. Like, I need more. They can start spinning off into multiverse stories and tell a multiverse version of everything. Yeah, bruh, I need that. I need that. I saw that. Yeah, bro. And I don't think that excludes characters from Agents of Shield or Inhumans. You know, even Legion, even the Legion show that we have on that we had on FX, I think, right? Even characters from that could pop up, bro. I think actually one of those characters is supposed to pop up somewhere. Oh yeah, I think she's in the Acolyte though. Never mind. But you know, like, bro, like literally, we could see every character ever come back and reprising their exact roles. We could see Chris Evans as Captain America and as Human Torch on the same exact screen, and it would be normal. It wouldn't even be wild because that's how the multiverse works. I mean, it'll be wild and not normal, but you know what I'm saying. We can see a whole bunch of things go down, and I am here for all of that. No cap. No cap, bap, pip, plap, and whap. Kevin Feige is going to find a way to bring back RDJ. Oh, yeah. I mean, they could bring back Robert Downey Jr. as a Sorcerer Supreme variant, and he's not even Iron Man. You know what I mean? And that was my... Okay, speaking of a Sorcerer Supreme variant that's Robert Downey Jr., that was my biggest issue with Multiverse of Madness, is that all the Doctor Stranges was bruh. It's like, yo, we should definitely have had some different, Doctor Stranges, right? I don't know. Maybe that's not how the Darkhold works. Maybe the Darkhold only directly connects you to your multiversal self that is specifically you, right? Because, I mean, like, the Spider-Man mantle is multiversal, but it's multiversal in a different way. So not every Spider-Man is Peter Parker. But, I mean, in that same thing, not every Doctor Strange... No, well, Doctor Strange is Stephen Strange, I guess. So he wouldn't... So, like, it would be like Dr. Stark or something like that, right? Like... I guess. I mean, I guess I kind of answered my own question there. But like because in Loki, all of Loki's variants are different. Like there's a black Loki, there's a kid Loki, there's a goddamn alligator Loki, there's a woman Loki. There's Lokis of all different shapes and sizes because all of the Lokis are Loki variants. But for Doctor Strange, his variants were all him. All the variants of Doctor Strange were Stephen Strange. And it was just like, bro, what? And the same thing goes for Scarlet Witch, right? All of her variants were also Elizabeth Olsen. And it was just kind of confusing. It was like, bro, what's going on? I mean, even in Rick and Morty, when they're on the count at the Citadel of Ricks before it got destroyed, right? It's like, oh yeah. You got, Cronenberg, Rick and Morty. You got freaking Black Rick and Morty. You got every Rick and Morty type. Bird Rick and Morty. Alligator Rick and Morty. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I don't understand why every Doctor Strange and Doctor Strange was Doctor Strange. I don't know. That was my one gripe. But I don't know who else they could have got to do it. But like I said, it would have been dope to see Robert Downey Jr. be an Iron Man, and that would be dope. See Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, even see Doctor Strange as him. Get some Elseworlds variants in there too. I'm there for all of that. There's going to be a cat Loki in season 2. Okay, that's ridiculous. That's insane. Oh man, cat Loki is gonna take over the internet, bruh. Oh Lord. That's one thing that I'll say about Marvel is they got viral potential like a muff. Like, that's what Marvel's focus is on, is viral potential. How viral can something go? You know what I mean? Like, is this going to go viral if we do it? Is this going to go viral if we do it? That's all Marvel's stuff is. Like, and I don't even think that's a bad thing because it's like pop culture. It should be at the forefront. It should be at the forefront of pop culture, and you can only do that by putting yourself at the forefront of pop culture. So I don't have a problem with it. I'm just saying, like, it's hilarious how Marvel like knows. Not even Marvel, Disney. I guess it's Disney. Like, look at Grogu. Like, Grogu is the single, like, one of the only reasons why Mandalorian is as good as it is. Like, if you take out Grogu, I don't know how many people would have actually been invested and stayed to watch everything, right? And it's kind of like Andor, right? Like, people don't watch Andor because there is no Grogu in Andor. There is nothing like that. There, like, nothing on that level at all. So, It's definitely like it'll be interesting to see what goes for where we go from there, right? Like with Andor, everybody kind of, I'm pretty sure everyone expected for the robot, for the droid to just kind of pop up all the time and be a key part of the show. And now we're going to get, like little robot B2 emos, but no. Nah, that's not the strat that they're going for. That's not the vibe of that, That's not that type of Star Wars story that they are telling. They are telling a far more serious story. They are not worried about going viral. They are not worried about jamming Easter eggs down the throats of fans, and they're not worried about any of that. They're worried about telling a good story and using the characters to their fullest potential. And that's honestly a really good look for Star Wars versus what we've been getting before. So I'm all for it, and especially seeing that they're going to be putting Andor on like cable and all of the other type of stuff, Hulu, ABC, FX, all of that type of thing. It definitely is going to do justice for the show, because the people that show is tailored for are not the people that subscribe to Disney Plus, and that's just that's just the hill that I die on. So, with all that being said, we're going to move on to the last thing we're going to talk about today, and it is heartwarming and beautiful. And this is that RDJ, our man, the myth, the legend that we've been talking about, Robert Downey Jr., gave Ironheart actress valuable encouragement during Black Panther 2. Oh, that's amazing. So heartwarming. And it's just good to know, It's good to know. No one's, that's just good to know. He was like, hey, I feel you. So let's see just what Robert Downey Jr. had to say to Ironheart actress Dominique Thorne. She shares the encouraging words that Robert Downey Jr. told her while filming Black Panther 2. Tony Stark has been at the center of the MCU since it began with Iron Man's origins, and even after his sacrifice in Avengers Endgame, his legacy is being kept alive through his best friend, Colonel James Rhodey Rhodes, in the upcoming Armor Wars, and the newest genius armor-clad hero in the MCU, Riri Williams, aka Ironheart. Dub. Black Panther Wakanda Forever introduces Riri Williams to the MCU as a genius 19-year-old MIT student. Riri even manages to impress Shuri with her skills as an engineer. While she has taken the first steps to fill the void left by Iron Man, she has already established herself as a distinct character. In an exclusive interview with Screen Rant, Thorne discussed a conversation she had with Downey near the end of filming Black Panther Wakanda Forever. She shared his thoughts on the direction of Iron Man's legacy with Ironheart and how he encouraged her. I wasn't able to speak with RDJ before we got into filming or anything, but right toward the conclusion of the film, I actually had the chance to speak with him through FaceTime. A castmate over on Ironheart had actually done a show with him and connected us. And he had some beautiful words to say about how much he believes that Riri Williams is and should always be her own person, her own thing. That this legacy is headed in the right direction, and all the beautiful, encouraging things that you hope to hear from the Iron Man himself. Like, oh, bro, that's just so amazing. Like, look at that. Look at that. That looks so good. I'm not going to lie. This looks so good. It's interesting that Thorne and Downey didn't connect until the end of filming Black Panther Wakanda Forever. However, this may have been for the best, as it allowed Thorne and Coogler to find Riri's voice outside of Iron Man. That's very true, because they don't want it to just be a copy and paste. They want it to be its own thing. That's the whole point of it in the first place, right? It's exciting to learn that not only does Downey share the belief that Riri should be her own character, but that he likes the direction that Iron Man's legacy is heading. Iron Man and Downey are a fundamental part of the MCU, and to pass the torch through encouragement shows exactly why. Tony Stark's legacy hangs heavily over the MCU, and Ironheart seems like a natural continuation of his story, especially given his connection to the young hero in the comics. But the MCU establishes immediately that Riri Williams is not another Tony Stark. While there are similarities in their intelligence, engineering skills, and time at MIT, Tony and Riri are vastly different in their origins and motivations. These differences will make Riri a stronger, more compelling character in her own right because Ironheart is not defined by Iron Man. Oh my God. Yo, I am so excited for this. Like, I need this. Like, man, like, woo, I need this so much because I loved what they did with the movie, right? I love the movie. I love Ironheart in the movie, but damn, when she gets hers, when like I think Andre said, yo, that suit looks like a Power Ranger reject, and that's so true. This suit right here is not the Strat. This is not the Strat right here, yo. Ladies and gents, I am not a fan of how this looks at all. Like 0%. But this looks tremendously better. Like, I like this so much that it's insane how much I like it. That's really cool that RDJ took the time to talk to her and give her words of encouragement. Yeah, 100%. I love that. I love that. I love it, yo, because that's what he should do. I'm not gonna lie, that like not he should, but you know, that's what should happen. Because especially that he didn't talk to her first, because it's not like you're not looking for someone to fill the shoes of Iron Man. That's not what this is. That's not who Riri is. Riri isn't Iron Man Jr. She's not, you know what I mean? She's Ironheart. There is a difference. Very similar to me, how, you know, you have like the Bat family. Every single person in the Bat family is a different hero. They are not like copy and pastes exactly of, you know, Bruce Wayne, even though Bruce Wayne is a big part of like who they are in a way. They're all their own characters and have their own legacies and are amazing. And in that same way, like, you know, Batwoman or Batgirl and Batman, they don't do the same things. They don't act the same way. They don't think the same way. So, you know, like, it'll be amazing to see kind of that same thing be able to be mirrored in this way. Looked too Gundam for me, but I still loved the movie. I'm not tripping off of the design all the way. It's just the unpolishedness of it, or how it's polished too much. Or I don't know. It's just really weird that they couldn't get that suit right, but they got the Midnight Angel suits correctly, right? Like, those suits look fire, but Ironheart suit is like, woo. I honestly like this design better than the other design, but, you know. It is what it is. But I also did love the movie regardless. And when I saw the movie again, it didn't bother me nearly as much as it did the first time, 100%. Like, it didn't bother me nearly as much. I love the movie too. Yeah, facts. I think that's Bessie. Okay. I think that better suit is going to be in the series. Oh, yeah. This one right here that we're looking at right now is definitely going to be in the show. Like 100%. At least maybe 100%, because I think that, you know, when she gets back to her garage or whatever, I would love for the Ironheart series, because we even read that article that said that Ironheart is going to be a direct continuation of Wakanda Forever. So what I would really like is if the show is her getting off of the plane coming from Wakanda, you know what I mean? Like, getting off the plane, like coming from Wakanda, going back home to Chicago, and then her car is already waiting for her there. She gets back to her garage, and then when she gets in the garage, she sees her suit hanging up with a note from Shuri in it. Or even if Shuri pops up in the show and be like, yo, we had to return your suit for you because we couldn't let you keep the one that, you know, you had. Or even if, you know, or we got it back from Namor or something like that, you know. And then she's like, you got it back from Namor or something. I think that would be dope. I think that would be a dope little way to start the show and to make sure that we're heavily rooted within the fucking MCU. Oh, whoa, my bad. I lost it a little bit. That we're heavily rooted within the MCU because, bruv, if we go another phase without having this connective tissue, I'm going to have a lot of issues. Like a lot. So let's just hope that that is not where we go from here. But let's hope we get a more positive and a more connected MCU from here on out, because it's like, bro, we really need that. We need to know what's going on. Like, why wouldn't you connect this to what's going on with what's happening in the show, right? Like, I mean, within the movie. She was just in the movie doing stuff. So let's keep that vibe going and continue it so we don't, we know that this is literally still the same character and not a completely new character that we're getting Hey, yo! Yo, shout out to Jamie Rodriguez coming through with the vibes, yo. Jamie says Ironheart was too forced into Black Panther, in my opinion. Really? You know what, Jamie? I say the first time I saw this movie, I probably would have agreed with you. If I had only saw the movie once, I would have agreed with you because that's exactly how I felt. But on the rewatch, I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, yep, this is it. This is exactly. It makes sense. She made the thing on accident. The government's looking for her. She gets kidnapped, but not kidnapped because Namor wants her. Because anybody that has the knowledge of being able to build the vibranium detector needs to die because they're not about to find my underwater cat. Like, I think all of that made a lot of sense. And I don't think it was too forced at all, to be honest. I don't think it was too forced at all. Like I said, once I watched the movie a second time, it helped me with literally everything that I had an issue with. I was like, nope, yeah, that makes sense. At the end with Riri Williams, I know in the chat before, people were like, yo, why did they just let her go when the government's looking after her? But they actually talk about that and they wrap that up. Everything, I liked it all, yo. I really liked it a lot. And it's just like, yo, the scientist that built this machine, the vibranium detector for a MIT class, she's a genius, and she's also building an Ironheart suit right now. Like, I really like that. I really like that. And it felt like a freaking comic book. That's what I'll say. It really felt like a comic book. Like, and I really loved that. Like, that was one of my biggest pluses about Black Panther 2, is that it felt like a freaking comic book, the way it introduced characters, the way it talked about other things, the way it brought in how the UN and how the governments of the world feel about Wakanda. All of that just felt like I was watching a comic book kind of take place on the big screen, and it had me hype. I felt the same way with Spider-Man No Way Home, and I'm not going to lie, I felt the same way with this movie. Like, it was a hit for me, for sure. And I really did love Ironheart in this movie. The first time, like I said, I would have agreed with you that she was too forced, but when I watched it the second time, I found myself laughing at the jokes and stuff, and actually, really appreciating Riri's character in the movie, all the way into her being, actually being having a pivotal role into the movie. And I really like the way that they did it. But that's in my opinion, of course, as well. But yeah. And there you have it. That is all of the things that we are going to be talking about on today's episode. I don't know why your boy has been yawning so much, but your boy has been yawning a lot. And I literally have no idea why. So yeah, I really do appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. If you guys have anything else you would like to talk about, feel free to drop it in chat. It's time for the open discussion. So whatever you guys want to talk about, I am all the way here for it. So I'll give you guys a couple. I'll give you guys a little bit to jump in chat and talk about what you guys might want to talk about, and then I'll just kind of go and look for something to kind of bring up a little bit here and there. When comparing the underwater kingdom of from Aquaman to the underwater kingdom that we got in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, I would like to know what you guys liked more. Like, which one of those underwater universes did you guys? Hey, yo, Jamie Rodriguez coming through with the 4.99 super chat. Hey, much love to you, my G. I really do appreciate you. Let's see. Her being the reason they had the vibranium detector was cool, but I wish they gave a proper backstory for her. Didn't even mention Tony Stark. IDK. They did mention Stark Tech because that's what Shuri says. She does mention Stark Tech, like as soon as they go into her garage that she has. But also, this isn't her movie. This wasn't her movie. It wasn't for her, right? So that was just a really good alley oop to her own series, right, Jamie? Like think about it like this, Jamie. If we get a comic book, right, and there's an introduction of a character in it, they have a pivotal role, but we get no backstory. I got a perfect example for you. Arrow in the Arrowverse, the way that we're introduced to Barry Allen, the Flash, right? We are introduced to Barry Allen. That's it. We're not introduced to the Flash. We're introduced to Barry Allen. So we don't get Barry Allen's backstory all the way. You know why? Because we're actually living in that backstory at that moment when he's in Arrow. And then when the Flash starts, we actually go deeper into his real backstory of who he is, why stuff happened, what, like all that stuff, understand about his mom, his dad. We get all that information then. We didn't get it at first when it was still in Arrow. We didn't get it until it went into his own show, because it was the build off to entice people to want to come back to something, right? And that's exactly what we got from that. And I think that is the best way to handle comic book characters. And that's even what I was kind of talking about earlier with this different superheroes, that I love the way they do it. Just introduce a superhero. You don't have to necessarily give us their entire backstory, tell us everything about them or nothing, just kind of introduce them. This is who they are. They didn't even say her name was Ironheart, bro. They just called her Riri the whole movie. They never said Ironheart, and that's because she's not Ironheart yet. Very similar to how Spider-Man wasn't really Spider-Man yet. He was still Peter Parker in that trilogy that we got. We were living in his backstory. And that is we were experiencing his backstory within that trilogy of how he became Spider-Man. And now we're kind of doing the same thing, but now we're not doing it with an entire trilogy. We're just doing it with one movie. I don't know if that makes sense, and I don't know if you could agree with that, but I think that's a great way to do it, and I think that they executed it really well, like through the movie, to where I am even more excited about what's going to be happening in her movie. Like from watching that in her show, I'm sorry, I keep saying movie, in her show, from watching Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, bro, there's literally no way that anyone is going to be ready for what happens in her series, because it's not, you know what I mean? Like, it's not directly in correlation to like Wakanda or the government or anything like that. Her story is heavily going to be about the battle between technology and magic. And that wasn't even anywhere within Black Panther at all. So it's going to be hard to be able to give someone a backstory that's just kind of in the show. You know what I mean? She's not necessarily, she is a pivotal role, but she's not necessarily just Ironheart, right? They didn't introduce us to Ironheart. They introduced us to Riri Williams. I think that's a better way to put it. I understand, but I feel like most Avengers derivative characters had the mantle passed to them in a meaningful and personal way. Hope they can make that happen in her show. Okay, this is another thing that I think you got misunderstood, is she is not picking up the Iron Man mantle. That's not what's happening here. Even in the words that we were talking about from Robert Downey Jr., you know what I mean? To Ironheart herself, he said how much he believes that Riri Williams is and should always be her own person, her own thing, that this legacy is headed in the right direction, and all the beautiful, encouraging things that you right? So I don't think that this is going to be a direct thing that, is talked about in her show. Even I don't think she's gonna have a lot of heavy. I mean, she's gonna have a lot of heavy influence from Tony Stark and from Iron Man, but I don't think that she's trying to be Iron Man. I think she's trying to be her own thing, and she just sees the similarities in her characters, and like it says at the end of this article here that we were reading. Oh snap, that's my bad. At this end of the article that we were reading right here, right? It says Tony Stark's legacy hangs heavily over the MCU, and Ironheart seems like the natural continuation of his story, especially given his connection to the young hero in the comics. But the MCU establishes immediately that Williams is not another Tony Stark. While there are similarities in their intelligence, engineering skills, and time at MIT, Tony and Riri are vastly different in their origins and motivations. These differences will make Riri a stronger and more compelling person in her own right, because Ironheart is not defined by Iron Man, because they're two completely different characters. When it comes to like the Iron Man pickup, you know what I mean? Like when it comes to the mantle being passed down, I still think that we're gonna get Iron Lad kind of take that mantle up, and it be the kid that we saw from Endgame and Iron Man 3, I believe. And I think he's gonna pick up that mantle, or at least try to. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see him in Armor Wars for some reason. That's just kind of the vibe that I feel. I don't know if we're gonna have, Tony Stark. And that's a big reason too. Like, I doubt they're gonna bring Tony back for a Disney Plus series, even in the form of AI, right? So it's like, I don't know how much stuff they're gonna be doing that is similar to the comics. And she might not want to be anything like Tony Stark, and she just wants to, have a suit of armor around herself or around Chicago or something like that. She could just be our friendly neighborhood Ironheart. I don't know, but something like that. I think it was all, and that's the biggest thing too, is a lot of these mantles have been passed down, but they're passed down because their person is like still alive that they're getting their mantle from, or something along the lines with that. You know what I mean? See you all next time. It was a good stream. Hey, much love to you, Andre the Explorer. I appreciate you so much for tuning in with us, and I hope you continue to have a vibrational and amazing day, my G. We really appreciate you tuning in with us and vibing. It's always good to have you around. And like I said, if you're going to be playing some darts tonight or something, I wish you luck, bruv. By the way, today is Winston Duke's birthday. My man M'Baku. Hey, let's go. Let's go. I am here to challenge. Jamie says, I see. I'm not very familiar with Ironheart comics, so I wasn't sure. You know what, Jamie? Let me see. Let's bust out the big book of Marvel just for you, bruv. And we're going to check out Ironheart in here and see what they have to say about her. And then we can kind of go into it a little bit more. Okay. Ironheart. Ironheart's first appearance was in Invincible Iron Man number 7, May 2016. She is a newer character. Real name Riri Williams, from Chicago. Special powers and abilities. Super genius level intelligence, winning a scholarship to MIT at 15. Plus inventor, coding expert, and engineer. Armor provides her with equivalent powers to Iron Man. Riri Williams is a teenage super genius. After she lost her best friend and stepfather in a shooting, she became determined to finish armor she was making based on an old Iron Man design. She soon took to the skies, arresting 2 escaping convicts. Tony Stark was so impressed that he mentored her with an AI version of Stark, later continuing to do so. She joined the Champions but lost her armor fighting Thanos. Her teammates encouraged her to build a new, improved version. So that's basically her comic book backstory for Riri Williams' Ironheart character. And you can already see some of the similarities that she has with the MCU version of Riri, but you can see some things that there's no way that they can really do with her character being like, Iron Man giving her, like an eye of himself or anything on the lines of that. I don't know I don't know what we're gonna see in place of Tony Stark's AI. I don't know if we're gonna get like Vision or something like that. I don't know what could happen, or if she's just gonna have a whole new AI of her own. And I think we kind of heard. I don't know if that was her AI or if that was Shuri's AI that was talking in the movie. But it would even be dope to see like her, Shuri give her a AI system or something like that. I would be down for that. I love the Hawkeye mantle being passed to Kate Bishop. Same with Yelena and Sam Wilson. All felt very earned. Yeah, I agree. Those definitely all did feel very earned. And I think that if they are trying to do a mantle passing with Ironheart, that they'll do the same thing with her. But I don't think that's what it is. Ironheart is her own character completely. And if we do get another Iron Man, I think it'll be in the shape of Iron Patriot or Iron Lad. And I think that's probably what Armor Wars is going to heavily be centered around, as a lot of people trying to create these Iron Man armors type things or whatever the case may be. So I think it's going to be fire. Marvel going crazy with the derivative characters. We got like 6 Hulks now. That's facts, Jamie. I ain't gonna lie. We do have like 6 Hulks. Okay, let's see who we have. So we have regular Incredible Hulk, right? We have Abomination. We have She-Hulk. We know that the leader is coming in, and I guess the leader can kind of be categorized as a Hulk, but not all the way. We have Scar, so that'll be our 4. We know we're gonna get Red Hulk as well. So yeah, we have about 5 Hulks right now in the MCU. And did I say we know we're supposed to be getting Red Hulk? Did I say that? Let me wait. Okay, Hulk, She-Hulk, Abomination, Red Hulk, Scar. Yeah. And so we got about 5 Hulks right now. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how I'd feel about it, but if they did like an Agents of Smash or something like that, I think that would be pretty. I think that would be pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, I think that would be pretty cool. Even if it was like I don't know what I was gonna say, but I think that would be lit. But it's just hard to do Agents of Smash because, man, when you got 5 Hulks on a team, what the hell are they fighting? You know what I mean? Like, what are they fighting? They're fighting God. That's who they're fighting. God. Like, brother, that's just insane. So it'll be dope to see where they go with that. Don't forget She-Hulk. Yeah, I said She-Hulk. And Hulk Todd. Hulk Todd didn't happen, remember? She-Hulk stopped that from happening at the end. So there is no Hulk Todd anymore. Hulk Todd never happened. She rewinded that part, basically. But all those other Hulks are there, though, for sure. And I have no doubt that we'll see more in some way, shape, or form. We got a few Ant-Man and Captain America as well. Yeah, we have Ant-Man, Wasp, and then Stature as well, his daughter. We got Captain America. We got Captain America. That's Captain America's the Falcon version. And then we also have Bucky, who's kind of like a Captain America. And then we also have Red Guardian, who's basically Captain America. And then we also have Taskmaster, who has a shield. So that's basically Captain America. And then we also have U.S. Agent, who is basically Captain America. So yeah, you're right. We do have a lot of the same type of characters running around. But, I mean, that's how it is in the comics as well. Everybody's trying to be someone else, and other mantles get picked up by other characters, and the government starts trying to create their own stuff as well. So it makes sense, man, and I'm all the way here for it. I think it's going to be a vibe for the future of the MCU all the way. The MCU is introducing the second generation of heroes. Some new, like Shang-Chi, and others who clearly follow in the footsteps of the original Avengers, like Kate Bishop. Ironheart could be the perfect middle ground. Riri Williams can fill the Iron Man void left behind without becoming the next Tony Stark. Riri could continue his legacy not by following in his footsteps or as an extension of his character, but instead by keeping his legacy alive through his technology. The legacy of Iron Man lives on through someone directly connected to him, but through a brilliant young engineer with a heroic streak inspired by another genius engineer who saved the universe. That's a vibe right there. I think everything that we just talked about is awesome, and I think that's a major dub, and I can't wait to see it properly executed within the MCU. All right, bro, good talk. When you going live next? I'm going live again tonight for Andor. So, yeah, Andor, 11:30 p.m. tonight. Star Wars Andor, 11:30 p.m. tonight. We might be going live tomorrow, but I do have I do have my own channel that I stream on Twitch, and I'm gonna be streaming on Twitch tomorrow, playing some Warzone. So I don't know around what time we'll be doing the show, if we do the show at all tomorrow. And then I also have some things to do with my esports org. I have a meeting that I have to have with them, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to go live for Marvel Bros tomorrow. But I will be going live on Thursday, probably doing like a Theory Thursday or something like that. And of course, we're going to be doing Super Fam Friday this weekend as well. So I hope to see you guys there. And yeah, I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in with me. I have been your host, CC Finito. I am tripping. Sensei Finito. I have been your host, Sensei Finito. I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in with me on another amazing, extravagant, and elegant episode of Marvel Bros, where we have discussed a wide variety of things. I appreciate all of you so much. I definitely appreciate you, Jamie, for coming through as you always do, showing the mad love. Everybody shout out to Jamie for show. You are always a appreciation around here, one of the dopest Bro Avengers around. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Make sure you guys stay awesome, stay nerdy, and don't forget to stay marvelous. Excelsior.